So Kathy, let's take a look now at the new catalogue.
You mean my favourite subject?
Yes.
Yes, okay then. All right, well the catalogue, there's, you would have already seen in the weekly update that there's a link in the weekly update to the PDF, the final PDF of the catalogue, plus the product list. So it's absolutely critical that this, you have a look and see. I always say a picture tells 1,000 words. And for me, looking at a list is a little bit dead, but when you actually see the emphasis that's placed on products and see how they're positioned on a page, you get an idea about where the emphasis of the whole story is. And all of these pages have been selected, the products have been selected on the basis of sales. We know these are our best sellers, so let's show them in our best light. So on the front cover, it's always a challenge to find an item that is representative of what we're trying to show. So New Year projects, we deliberately chose this Alpha utility. Number one, because we actually look at the sales on that one and think it's a bit undercooked. Mm-hmm. People don't, once you understand and play with this product, it is so fantastic. The fact that it's so versatile, can connect to the door, top and bottom and so on, it really is a product that has huge sales potential and it's good quality. So, and great shot here, organise your garage, get your office ready, renew your bin, back to school, in a snapshot. This is what this entire catalogue is about.
And in saying that as well, I think we have to remember to use our catalogue as a selling tool and as a sales tool. So, for everybody in store to say New Year projects as the title, obviously people now have time, they have time to do projects, they've got some time off, they've got a little bit of extra money, maybe they got it for Christmas. So,
sure.
I think it's great to be able to introduce this catalogue and these best-selling items
definitely
to the consumer. It's all on the front cover. So you've done a really great job with popping that on and being able to say to them, this is a really great Alpha utility unit, and let's see how it works. Let me show it to you.
Yeah.
It's on our catalogue. Please also feel free to have it.
Just from also while we're on the cover, the back cover in this particular catalogue is really important. When I did, I've just completed the sales analysis, the post analysis of the September catalogue, and the highest sales per page is consistently being driven by a back cover in a catalogue. So whatever we're putting on these back covers, you absolutely
That's really
need to
interesting, isn't it?
Oh, most certainly. And it can perform 100% better than some of the internal pages. So, and you'll notice here that we're actually changing the way that we're expressing the member offers. We needed to embrace our Inspirations customer as the normal. More than 50% of our sales are being made by Inspirations members. So rather than having that as a bit of an add-on, we now really wanted to speak to that customer and make almost, I suppose the strategy is you almost try to make other people feel a little left out if they're not a member of House.
Yeah, because these offers are fantastic. So you want to become a member.
So members save 20% on All Neater, January in-store only. Instantly, because we're going to 1 month, I can make the language in here more direct. To be able to say January in-store only means that we are making... It's not a
great
veiled
call to action.
Yes, that's exactly right. So having a selection of shots around the house, that works really well. Notice how we're using the Hound's Inspirations logo, in coloured blocks all the way through the catalogue, not just keeping it necessarily to the colours that we have, even though it's so pretty in its colours.
Yeah.
What this is enabling us to do is to mainstream it a bit more and say we love our customers. That was the objective. So I hope you like the way we've retreated it in the catalogue. And this whole notion of don't miss out, being able to say that consistently as well, and reinforcing that it's free to join. So Simone, the catalogue is effectively broken into 2 halves. The first half is all about the Bigfix New Year projects, and the second half, New Year projects, is all about Fresh Start. So Fresh Start is all about back to school, back to work, hydration, all those hot topics that people are obsessed with in those last 2 weeks of January. But let's just start off firstly with the Bigfix. So we've got a glorious, fantastic shot of garage in Nita. It's so economical. That's $712 for that set of shelves. And then we've deliberately made the coat and shoe rack a separate solution at $440.
And I think when you've just hit the nail on the head there, just then, for the Bigfix, is solutions. Why are solutions so important? We don't just want to sell, individual products, but we want to be able to have combinations of products.
Oh, totally.
That, obviously is going to increase in price as well as...
Well, it's a one-stop shop. House is a one-stop shop. And so, look, that is our differentiating factor. You know, you can go to any old shop and buy a rack or a tub, etc. But you come to Howard's for our great advice, our inspiring ideas. It's solution selling at its best. And as a high service offer, this is where we cut through. This is our point of difference. This is why we are a bit more expensive. And we have to keep on pushing forward to solutions. So carrying on then through the catalogue, you'll notice that we've chosen to use the Alpha Basics in a craft setup. A couple of reasons for this. It's one of those little projects, an annoying project when you have, what do you do with the sewing machine, etc. But it illustrates perfectly that they're a nice freestanding unit. And the Alpha Quick Fixes around the home, well, we just couldn't resist putting this in. Again, this is just a magic message to be able to say that in 60 centimetres of space, you can end up with a perfect storage solution. I've done a great A4 sign for that as well. So that language then carries through into the store, into your setups.
And I think as well, just on that, it's really important to remember what do our solutions do for the customer? You know, they make them feel organised, and what's the benefit of feeling organised? You know, they feel better, they have more time to spend with their family,
it puts
their
you
friends.
Back in control.
That's it. You feel more in control, and I think being able to converse with the customer about these benefits of our brand essence, you know, being organised, is really key to also, you know, uncovering what is it that we can do to really help this consumer and make them a repeat customer.
Look, I would say this to all of you out there who perhaps don't have children, that at the beginning of the year, I don't know about you, but I just end up in this almost maniacal state whereby, right, I have got literally 2 weeks to get myself organised before it's all on. I'll have no time. I'll be back to school, and my life will turn to chaos very quickly. So I have 2 weeks to get myself totally sorted, get the systems in place, and then I know I'll have a good year, and I feel in control. So that's how your customer, that's their mind space. On page 6-7, we go into the office. That is the other big troublesome area in the house that people often go, right, I better get my paperwork sorted out. So you've got your big shelving solution and tech. Well, oh my heavens, Simone, when I look at the responses to Organisation Station to tech and all the EDMs we did in this space that were featuring tech, it is such a hot topic right now.
It really is a hot topic. I see quite a lot of around.
Oh, most certainly. And people are spending big money on these items. So we've put our best and fairest in on this page, as well as your usual suspects like the Like It Now. I love those Like It organisers. They're really great quality. And then moving on, the Simple Human bins, fantastic. Look, now, again, I've got to say that when we were planning out our offers for this catalogue, in particular, bins had to be on the list, and to pick 2 really good bins, 2 really popular bins, and do our offer on those 2, I think they're going to be a really strong sales driver.
And Simple Human as well, such a great brand, and I think it's important that as a sales advisor that we have in Howard's, that we also mention to the consumer, you know, who is Simple Human? Why are they so good? Where do they come from? And also, if you go onto your intuitions, you can have a look at the new product knowledge module for kitchen, which includes a little bit more about Simple Human, a little bit more about the bins as well.
Because there's a lot to know about Simple Human bins.
There's a lot to know.
Now, moving on to the kitchen.
Yes.
Now, this was a really interesting spread to put in this catalogue. Now, you might be surprised to know, Simone, that in last year's January catalogue, well, 2015's January catalogue, the page that we did about the whole back to school, organise your kitchen pantry, was one of the highest sales per square centimetre pages in the catalogue. Now, I was really surprised about that. So what we've done is taken a leaf out of that book, if you like, and we've expanded into 2 pages into this catalogue, but we've bolstered it with a nice big picture of an L for pantry. Now, when it comes to pantries, here's a little bit of knowledge here. When it comes to organising a pantry, it is all about zones. And it's when you're trying to make a child-friendly pantry, it's about empowering them to be able to participate in the whole process of making breakfast and making lunch.
So making it quite accessible for them to be able to get what they need as well.
You don't wait until they're about to leave home to enable them to cook in the kitchen and so on. That's what leading an organised life is. Anyway, that's a great collection of products on that spread that are very relevant to grouping things in caddies to make it easier to pack lunches, and also about organising your pantry so that it's a child-friendly pantry.
I think it's a great idea.
Now let's fast forward into Fresh Start. Fresh Start is, of course, all about really
back to school, back to work.
Well, it always used to be all about them, but now it's very much about adult lunches as well. There's an absolute revolution happening out there in terms of adult lunchboxes, and I must say I was quietly thrilled to see Jules's selection this year. And we took, particularly the kids ones, we took them to a testing panel of kids, and we've done a video. You'll find that online in the York Station as well as YouTube, and they were quite thrilled to play with the lunchboxes, and they say the darndest things. You know, when they're actually opening up the lunchboxes, oh, I can put my money there. And it's funny, you know, because we as adults tend to look at these things in a very different way. You know, for us it's, oh, is it leak proof? Is it going to, are the notes going to come home all wet because their drink bottles leaked everywhere? For them, they want to know whether they're cool designs, or, you know, where they can put their lunch money, or, oh, you know, they like all the little cute bits and pieces, and whether they can open them as well. So Jules has been very cognizant of that when she selected this range. And so you've got your usual suspects of the Frozens and the Star Warses and so on. But the thing is, I'm really loving the new designed, the Rosti and Maypal items, which are exclusive to us, as well as the Iris Barcelona range and the adult range are just fantastic. Now, some hot offers in here. I've got the thermos hot offer, so it's a bundle buy. Okay, so bundle buy, you buy the lunch bottle, the drink bottle and lunch box together, and you get members save 25%. That's a great offer.
That is a great offer.
Nice and consistent offer with that one. And we've also got lots of new lunch bottles. I just did it again. Got lots of drink bottles, lots of dual colours, double-walled ones. You know,
and these are really on trend at the moment too.
Completely.
You have to have a good-looking water bottle.
Here's an interesting fact. On average, an adult loses 2.5 litres of water a day. So we need to keep on drinking our water, staying hydrated for good health. What's hot in adult lunch, and it's bento boxes. That is the reason why there is an offer on the bento box. People are tuning into bento boxes. We've got some bento box lunch ideas in the York Station that we're going to be putting into the EDMs. And you know, that's the way to put yourself in control of your lunch, knowing what's going into your mouth. And you know, it's about healthy lunches.
I think having those dividers makes it really easy to have, you know, a little bit of everything for your lunch. You no longer just have to have one container that it all just goes into.
Yeah.
It's much easier to be able to separate.
I like how you have a choice too of which containers you put inside that bento box. When you play with it, it's a really cool product.
Yeah.
It's almost the sort of product that you need to take out of its packaging so that you can show a customer how it really works and inspire.
Maybe they could have it on the counter for product of the week.
Yeah, what a great idea.
Yeah.
So Simone, we've seen the major assets. We know what's going in the windows. We know what the catalogue's going to look like. There's going to be letterbox drops. There's going to be television ads. But there's also lots of other things happening as well. You've got social media working very hard on this one. We've got some fantastic local area marketing assets that are being redeveloped for the stores. We're not just going to give you an ad, a 30 by 40 sign that's just intended for that. The idea is to give a piece of artwork that's then applicable across any type of local area marketing opportunity you might have, whether it be a newspaper ad, an ad on the back of the loo doors in shopping centres, the in-centre signage. You know, this one piece of artwork, you'll see it in your event brief, and then you'll be able to go to the job station and get it tailored to your own needs. But take advantage of those opportunities.
That's right. I think it's really important, and we forget sometimes that having a great relationship with, you know, the in-centre management team is really valuable for our stores.
Look, you've got the assets there. It's just a case of using them. Now, just final wrap up. The whole campaign starts on the 4th of January and comes down on the 31st of January. Okay, so the offers are live during that time. You know where to find everything. The event briefs are coming out to you. And look, I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, I'm really excited too.
I'm always excited about everything, I know.
She is always excited.
It's great. It's all coming together beautifully. It's bright, it's happy, and I think it's got the right energy for January. Let's go make it happen.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.